Hi, I have a great and unique idea, which is turning your wooden or plastic seat into a heated seat so your fragile buttocks can rest in peace. Okay, there we are. Where the f is it? The whole seat is melting. Oh,
Hi guys, welcome to Shutter Script. This is your host Pop G and I'm here at AAB World, and of course today we'll give you our featured item of the day, which is the latest one from Sony. And right now I will give you the Sony RX100 Mark VII. Actually guys, this is already a vlogging kit. So what we receive over here at AAB World is the vlogging kit itself. So I will show you what's inside the box, and you will be surprised that you'll get a better deal here at AAB World. So guys, don't go away and I'll be back for more. Hi guys, welcome to my vlog, and right now what we have over here is what we call the Sony RX100 Mark VII, one of the newest point and shoot camera from Sony. As you can see over here, we have, like, if you notice, it has like a bigger packaging compared to the older RX100 Mark VI and Mark V. But because what we have over here is actually a vlogging kit, though there's actually one item that we need to buy separately. But before that, I'm gonna have to show you what's inside of this box of this RX100 Mark VII. So let's start, guys. I'm gonna have to open it up over here, and there you go. We have the introduction paper, which is, it will mention here in English, that's what it's inside of it. It's the contents of the kit. So they call it kit because it already has included accessories with it. Okay, so let's face it over there. A small box containing, of course they call it the kit, is because you have on this box included is the handheld grip. Yep, it actually has a remote control panel, so you press it over here so that it will tilt like that, and you mount your camera over here. And if you notice, and as you notice, there's actually has a record and shutter button on both sides. Okay, and then there's also zoom in and zoom out. So you connect your camera using the micro USB cable directly to your camera, and you mount it over here on top, and then you have the handheld grip. And the main thing about this one is, the good thing about this one is that it can turn into a tripod. It's a good thing that they included it in a package, or in this type of packaging. Yep, so this is what we call the Sony handheld grip, or the grip. Okay, it's good for vlogging. Okay, this kit is actually designed for vlogging. Box over here is, surprisingly, it contains the battery, so to remove it from the box itself, I don't know if this is an extra battery, but we're gonna have to check inside the box of RX100 Mark VII. Okay, battery over here, and a bubble wrap which contains the bracket, or they call it like relocation bracket. The purpose of it is actually to connect your microphone. So there's like a cold shoe over here, and this is where you actually mount your camera, and after that you can actually mount your handheld grip over here. So the one I showed you earlier is the purpose of mounting it over here, so that you can use it as a vlogging kit. So you put that one over there, and this is how it's gonna look like. So that gives you the opportunity to vlog because you have the microphone mount. Yep, wow, so awesome that they included that in the package. So we're gonna have to return it over here inside the box, and then the battery itself. So we have the RX100 Mark VII, one of the sleekest type of camera you will ever find. Point and shoot camera, compact camera you will ever get from Sony. So we have the Sony introduction paper, and then we're gonna go opening all of it over here, way over here. And then there you have it, guys. So we'll start with the charger. We have the charger over here. It's a 3-pin plug, and of course the USB port plug. There you have it. And then of course the cable, micro USB cable, so you can charge it using the plug I showed you earlier. And then the wrist strap, or the strap on your wrist, so you keep your camera with you all the time. Comes with it. And surprisingly, I was wondering, what is this? Oh, okay. We have like the what we call the anchor, or the something like a small anchor for the camera. So if you're gonna have to use the neck strap, we just mount it on the both side of the camera. Yep. And surprisingly, guys, I found another battery over here. So it's so awesome that you'll find another battery. So it gives you 2 batteries, but I'm not so sure if this is the right battery I'm looking right now. But oh yeah, so we have 2 batteries inside. One is from the box of the handheld grip, and then the other one is actually that is inside the box of the RX100 Mark VII. So that's a good news, guys. It's a good input. It's a good thing that they produced 2, or they provided you 2 batteries, so you can charge it as a support battery. So you don't have this. It's a good thing that they give you spare battery, so that if ever you're actually shooting and then your battery is quite low, you can actually have an extra battery or an extra power source. And of course, last but not least, we're gonna give you the RX Mark VII itself, and I'm so excited to open this one right now. So wow, oh my god, it's so sleek, it's so simple, and it's so small. It's like almost the size of my palm over here, so as you can see over here. Though the more smaller is this, the more smaller this device is the more powerful. It's like a small compact camera with a beast engine in it. Yep, so this is the Sony RX100 Mark VII. Wow, this has like a magnesium alloy metal casing, I presume. Yep, that's for sure. And it has mesh design, so it's so cool that it actually has a very compact grip and a small rough grip over here also, or surface over here, so that you'll be able to hold it tightly, or probably like to grip your thumb on it. Perfect for your small hands. Actually, I have bigger hands right now. So anyhow, it's cool. Wow. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna have to give you the specs of what we have, what we get, what are the features that we get from the RX100. So don't go away, and I'll be right back. Do stand by, guys. Okay guys, welcome back to my vlog, and right now we're gonna have to give you our featured item of the day, which is the RX100 Mark VII. So we'll give you a few specs that I know about this device. Okay, so first off, this camera has a 20.1 megapixel camera, and 20.1 megapixel camera is already big enough to shoot a still photos. I'm sure you know all of that, because most of the cameras right now goes out with 22, 12, 16, like that. So this is 20.1 megapixel camera, so it's gonna be bigger sizes. It's a wide format already, so you can shoot a bigger size camera. It's so crisp, so smooth shot when you do that on a Sony RX100. Of course, it's because also it has a Bion's X image processor, so The technology that was invented by Sony, and the processor that you're using is actually the Bion's X image processor. So it gives you the best high quality imaging when you shoot still photos, and of course it processes its full color, full vibrance color of your photo of your subject. It has a CMOS sensor which is 1 inch wide, and it's Exmor RS. They call it the Exmor RS sensor. So it's one of the best sensor that was made by Sony, and most of the Sony cameras has it. As they say, RX100 Mark VII is actually always, or can be compared to the Sony Alpha A9, because it has the same technology. Not exactly the same, but it actually has almost the same technology as the A9 or the Alpha A9, which is also a mirrorless camera, which is actually one of the best mirrorless camera ever built by Sony. Okay, and it has a lens of 24 by 200 millimeter, and you can't believe that it has a 24 by 200, because about this small size over here it can go until that type of lenses compared to the other lenses you have in the previous model. So this has a f1.2, it has f2.8, 4.5 telephoto, and f11. Today's Vario sonar type of lenses. Yes, Vario sonar. So you see that logo over there? Yeah, there you have it, guys. So got the best camera. This is like 24 by 200 millimeters, so it's converted as like considered as 35 millimeter in a small type of lens, all in one. So it has a very good lens that you could use for your still shots and even for your shooting or video shooting. It has an 8x optical digital zoom you can find in Sony. So one of the best features they have, especially when you shoot far distances, especially when your subject is quite far from your shooting location. So it gives you the best zoom or zooming lens or magnification of your subject. Of course, it has 20 frames per second, which if you're gonna have to use it for shooting fast moving subject, that gives you 20 frames per second. So it's so awesome that it will give you a still shot even if your subject is moving, or even when you're shooting like sports, or probably like people that are running or enjoying, like probably like in the park, and you might want to catch that moment, or even if your family members are just doing something on the ground or playing on the field, you get this one has a 20 frames per second. Also it can shoot ultra high definition, or what we call the 4K. The definition is actually 4K, as you can see over here, guys. Yep, it can shoot a 4K HDR video. Wow. It can go 24 frames per second to 30 frames per second, or 24p to 30p. Wow, that was so awesome. Like they said, it's actually nearness to A9, so it's very good, and it's so you know, so unbelievable. They put it all in this compact camera. And as you can see, there's no viewfinder, but it's actually has, so it actually pops up over here. Though I don't have the opportunity to open it, but it's actually automatically, or you can actually set that in the settings. So when you're in the settings, you can just press the button or press the settings that it will pop up the viewfinders. But it has it inside. It's the .OLED pop-up view electronic finder, so you don't have to look onto the screen over here, but it actually pops up. So, I mean, you don't have to find it over here, because the look of this design is actually quite very compact, so there's no space for it to put it on, but you can have it here. It will just pop up over here. Just press the settings once you're inside the settings. And as you can see, the screen itself is quite big, because this is a 3-inch screen, and it has 921 6K color, full color of the screen. The good thing about this one is that you can do 180 tilt that you can actually see yourself while you're shooting, even if it's still shot or video or doing some vlogging. So it actually has a touchscreen features. This widescreen over here gives you the opportunity to see most of the clear shot, the clear still photos, and even when you do video shooting. So this screen gives you that view, a full view, even the settings itself. So if you want to do some focusing, for example, you're taking pictures with it, and then you saw, and then your subject is there, so you can just touch it and it's gonna focus directly on your subject. So it has what we call the real-time tracking, or eye autofocus. I think I've seen on my previous vlog that I give you the what are the autofocusing on the eye autofocus, and even the object tracker, or of course the subject tracker. Yep, it always has it in Sony. So every time you get a Sony, you always have these features, the real-time tracking and eye autofocus. And this even works with animals, so human and animals, it can track your subject. Though some of the customers might think that why it needs to have animal tracking. Well, of course, some of us actually takes pictures of our pets, so it's also, they added it in Sony RX100 Mark IV, and it has an ISO of it has an ISO of 12,800. So it's good. It's gonna give you a good clear shot, even if you're in a bright day or in the broad daylight, or even in the night shot. Just gives you clear shot and clear visibility of your subject, or of your landscape mode, if you're shooting a landscape. Okay, it has an optical stabilization, or steady shot. I actually don't see it over here, but it mentions also on the feature itself. So some of the cameras you don't see any optical stabilization, but this one is one of the best one that made by Sony, that includes the optical stabilization in the body itself, or inside the engine itself, or inside these features. Yep. And a steady shot, of course, it will always be available on Sony cameras or devices, but some of it actually doesn't have any built-in optical stabilization. Then of course, other than that, the good thing about this device is that they have this small LED light to focus on your subject. So somehow when you're in the dark scene, this small LED light here will flash, so that you'll be able to see it on your viewfinder, or even when you're looking at the screen itself, and you were trying to focus on your subject, or try to focus on your subject in a dark scene, you'll be able to see your subject, and you can actually position your camera on your subject, focusing it. That's why this is the purpose of this light over here, LED light over here. Okay, so it's like something like a small flashlight, so that you can recognize it can also recognize your subject. Also, it has, the good thing about this one is that one of the best features they add into it is that it has a microphone jack. Surprisingly, you will find it has a microphone jack. See that one? 3.5mm jack, so you can hook up your microphone with it. And the purpose of it is actually if you want to amplify your voice while you're doing some small vlogging, or probably small shooting, and even doing some small interviews with your family members, or even if you're doing some interview with your or anything like a project that you have, you always have to hook, or you can actually hook a microphone with it. Of course, it will never be lost without the, of course, with the multi micro USB. I think this is a micro USB port. And also has, of course, and beside it you will find the micro USB port for charging. By the way guys, just to give you a heads up, you can actually charge this device on a power bank. So just get the cable and then hook your cable on the power bank, and you can charge it directly. Absolutely you're not going to use it while charging it, but it's definitely going to charge your device or this RX100 Mark VII it can charge into a power bank. So that's a good thing about this device. So if you're on the go, just hook up a power bank and it will charge it. Also, another one over here, or another slot over here, is actually the micro HDMI port. Can you see that? It's a micro HDMI port, so you can hook it up on a TV, on your monitor, or on your TV, or probably on your external screen or monitor. So that's the purpose of this micro USB, and they added this feature so that you'll be able to see your screen a bit more bigger, or probably on a full screen, instead of looking on the screen at the back, or the built-in screen they're using. So it's really, they use it on the live mode. So if someone is like, you're trying to shoot something and then you put it on a projector screen, or even in a big screen on an event, or probably wedding, so you can just hook up an HDMI port, micro HDMI cable, and then directly to the screen. So you have it, the microphone jack, and the micro USB or multi-connection for data and charging. Of course, I didn't mention that earlier, but the micro USB is actually for data for transferring files or pictures, or your pictures on your computer, and then the HDMI port for projecting on the screen, or probably connecting it on an external monitor, or your screen, or TV screen, or LED screen. So that's the purpose of it. And of course, it has what we call the Wi-Fi, NFC, and Bluetooth. It has all the capabilities of a wireless connection to your phone. So just download the Play Memories application, and you can connect this device to your phone, controlling it, or using it as a remote control, or using your mobile phone as a remote control. So you just put it on a table, and then you can shoot yourself, or shoot anyone using your mobile phone controlled. It's under controlled by your mobile phone, so you can do that because it has a wireless connection, Wi-Fi, NFC, and Bluetooth connection. So all-in-one connection. It's a mobility capability. It has a capable of connecting to your mobile phone. So what we call the mobility features. Okay. This also has like small features called anti-distortion. So if like I said earlier, if you're trying to shoot, if you're trying to shoot fast-moving subject, it has an anti-distortion feature. So especially when you're shooting, sports, probably you're shooting very fast-moving subject, like probably if you're in a safari or in a zoo, you can actually use this one because it has an anti-distortion. So it won't distort your clear shot to your subject, or your still pictures to your subject. That's so awesome that you will find it, and you will get it from the RX100 Mark IV. And last but not least is what we call the battery life. So it has a battery of 1240 milliampere battery. So you saw it earlier that we have like two batteries on the box. One is inside this box, and the other one is actually on the relocation or the bracket box. So you have these two batteries with you, and you can take pictures or still photos for 260 shots in one single charge. So imagine you have another extra battery, so you'll get around 500 to 600 or more, and you get it all with all the full shot, and you get all the clear shot in one single charge, even when you're taking videos. So I presume that this can go 1 hour and 20 minutes because of this battery life is 1240 minutes. So you can go longer video recording with it. So it will take around an hour, probably around 1 hour and 15. Well, and also depending on the type of quality of the image that you're gonna have to shoot, especially when you're taking video. If you go for 4K, of course it will go probably less than an hour or 1 hour. But rough estimation will exceed probably an hour and 15 minutes or an hour and a half. Yep, that's how this RX100 Mark VII gives you the power to point and shoot, and the power to produce quality, high quality photos and make use of your everyday shooting moments in your everyday life. So you can use it for vlogging, of course a small interview, or even in an event, or if you're traveling most of the time, so you want to take pictures of that moment, you want to capture that moment that you're in that place, events of your life. You get the most compact camera from Sony. So there you have it, guys. So it's available here at AAB World, and the price only starts at $399.950. It has all the kit itself. We have the handheld grip from Sony. It's a branded one, of course, from Sony, and the bracket, or the relocation bracket, that you could use it on your Sony. And then, of course, one of the good thing about this package or the kit, it has a battery, or an extra battery. So you have 2 batteries, so that's already a good deal. So 399 KD, Kuwait dinar, is one of the best price that we give, or that they give for us, for people who wants to do to explore more of the camera, and even do vlogging, and even do whatever you want to do with this camera. It's a very slick design and can give you more of what you expect, more features. It's almost like compact, very small. So you can get it here at AAB World, available now at any stores at AAB World. So do visit us all the time here at AAB World. So there you have it, guys. You've seen our featured item of the day, which is the latest one from Sony, the Sony RX100 Mark VII. And of course, if you like the video, guys, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Shutter Scrib, hosted by me, Pops G. And also don't forget to check our website, www.aabworld.com, to find more of our items, or featured items, or upcoming items you will receive soon. And of course, don't forget to check our Instagram account, #AABWorld. Our Twitter account is also at AABWorld. So I hope to see you again in my next vlog. See you again, and goodbye.